Hey, what's going on, everybody? We are out here at Jefferson Memorial Gardens here in Trussville, Alabama, to find the grave of a legend. And as always, the wind's blowing, so if the audio's not great, you kind of know why, right? So I'm going to try to turn into the wind a little bit. I thought I'd start right here at this beautiful, check this out. So I hadn't even told you who we're here to see. Now, if you've been here, well, let me get on the back side of this. There we go. That kind of cuts some of the wind off. Also, there's a shooting range next door. It's kind of weird. Only cemetery that I've been to so far with a shooting range next door. Okay, so we're here to see legendary coach, Bobby Bowden. Now, if you've been a part of this channel for a long time, out of its not even year-old existence, we came here right after Mr. Bowden had passed away, and there's probably, I don't know, 400 or 500 views on that video. So in the video, do my whole here's the grave, and later looking, that was not the right grave, and also it just wasn't up to par or what I feel like he deserved, and he should get the same treatment as everybody else, right? So we're back. We're going to do it right. And full disclosure, there is no marker for this grave yet. If you go to the Find a Grave or anything like that, no GPS coordinates. So we're kind of out here. I have one picture. I want to put it up right now, and that is with Prime Time. He came in for the funeral that day, and I've kind of lined up where I think it's at, but I'm not really for sure. But we're going to go give it what we can. So with all that said, let me get the ad out of the way and say, if this is your first time here, welcome. I hope you enjoy the content. If you do, please consider sticking around, liking, subscribing, sharing, doing all the things. And if this isn't your first time here, hey, welcome back. I hope you enjoy all the content, and let's go try to, this is going to be a hard one to find. Maybe. I don't know. It could be easy. You know how life works, right? So let's try to go find Mr. Bowden's grave, and I'll talk a little bit about his life and his career. Wow. Sticks falling from the sky. A little bit about his life and career, and yeah, let's get to it. God, this is overwhelming. Hopefully it'll be easy, but you never know, right? Yay, the train is gone, so we can finally start our adventure. So Bobby Bowden was born in Birmingham, Alabama. Bowden was an outstanding football player at Woodlawn High School and accepted a scholarship to play for the University of Alabama as a quarterback. He then returned to Alabama after only one semester and eloped with his high school sweetheart, Miss Ann, on April 1st, 1949. And if that story sounds familiar, the grave of Bart Starr, Mr. Starr did the same thing with his beautiful wife. Bowden then transferred to Howard College, now known as Samford University, where he played football, basketball, ran track, and became a brother in Pi Kappa Alpha. Bowden served as an assistant coach and head track and field coach at Samford, now known as Samford, then Howard, in Birmingham from 54 to 55. He left his alma mater to become the athletic director, as well as head football, baseball, and basketball coach at South Georgia College. Could you imagine that today? Since we're in Alabama, let's say Nick Saban leaves Alabama, goes somewhere and becomes the head football, head basketball, and head volleyball coach. Like, times have changed, right? Stuff like that doesn't really happen too much anymore. From 56 to 58 is when he did that. After a losing basketball season, Bowden fired himself as head coach, and then he returned to Howard as a head coach, which is Samford, where he compiled a 31-6 record between 59 and 62. So in that picture we saw, it is somewhere this way. So we're gonna try to, boy oh boy, here we go. All right, so in '62, Bowden went to Florida State as an assistant coach under head coach Bill Peterson. He then left Florida State soon after in '65 to go to West Virginia as an assistant under Jim Carlin. When Carlin left the following year in '69 to go to Texas Tech, Bowden replaced him. And while he was head coach at West Virginia, Bowden compiled a 42-26 record. And then in '76, he went back to Florida State. Bowden made the move to become the head coach at Florida State in '76, the same place where he had coached because the climate was warmer than Morgantown and Tallahassee was closer to Birmingham, where his mom lived and his mother-in-law. You know, got to keep mama happy, right? Bowden became very successful very quickly at Florida State. By his second year, Bowden, there's that gunshot. By his second year, Bowden faced rumors he would leave for another job. The team went 9-2. During the 34 years he was at Florida State, he had only one losing season. His first. In '76, yeah, all right, gun range. In '76, he declined coaching offers at Alabama, Auburn, LSU, and the Atlanta Falcons. So somewhere right in here, I don't want to make the camera too shaky, but somewhere right in here is where that picture was. So from '87 to 2000, the Seminoles finished every season with at least 10 wins and in the top 5 of the AP poll, and they won the national championship from '93 and in '99. So as we walk up here, on July 21st, 2021, it was reported that Bowden was diagnosed with a terminal medical condition. And I guess after much speculation and media inquiring, his son on the 23rd said his dad had pancreatic cancer. On August 8th of 2021, Bobby Bowden passed away from terminal pancreatic cancer. It's beautiful, isn't it? It says, Jesus answered and said unto her, Whosoever drinketh of this water shall thirst again, but whosoever drinketh of the water that I shall give him shall never thirst. But the water that I shall give him shall be in him a well of water springing up into everlasting life. Okay, so let's line this up. Let's go back. So from what I remember, let's go down here. There's some crosses up there in the distance, and there's that tree in the picture, and Primetime is standing somewhere in between those two. Wait, hold on a second. Let's see what we got here. I think we found it, guys. I think we found it. Sure enough. Well, let me step over. There it is. That's all he's got so far. You would think, I don't know, he'd have more than that. It's kind of a bummer. So there's the whole top to bottom. Let's get one last look. Here's, okay. So that was the grave of a legendary head coach in college football history, right? Like, there's only going to be so many of those as far as legendary coaches, and I'm glad we got to visit the grave of a legend. It's kind of a bummer that the grave doesn't have a headpiece, in which sometimes the families are waiting on things. It's not necessarily a knock on the family. I mean, it has been close to a year. Things take a while, right? Especially with, we don't even know what was going on there. So if you've made it this far, I'd like to say thank you. You don't know what it means to me to be able to bring you this kind of content, and for me to be able to showcase people like Mr. Bowden and all the great players that he helped bring. Like, just imagine, like, Deion Sanders, right? And so many more. I just remember prime time. But it was amazing to watch him coach, and at the end of the Florida State whole thing, it was kind of a messy situation with what they did and all the, but you know, that's all water under the bridge, right? So I'd like to say thank you again. And hey, we have a member section of the channel that kind of helps me get to these places and do these things. There's 3 different increments. I'll put the stuff up right now. And if that's something you can help with, great. And if not, that's cool too. Hey, just by watching these videos and sharing and liking and helping the channel grow, it's amazing. Like, I cannot believe what you and I have been able to do with I started in May doing this, and we hadn't even got to a year yet, and it's already beyond anything I could have ever imagined. So thank you again. Like, I cannot thank you guys enough. Like, it's you guys that make this possible. So I will forever be, like, grateful to you. And you know what? You never know what you're going to find on the back roads. We'll see you guys next time.